Hello and welcome. My name is Oscar from the Finance Society at Stockholm Business School. Today we're going to talk about trends in the stock market in the technical analysis. We're going to start off with what is a trend. A trend, there's no set rules in stone what a trend is. A trend is just a general direction for the market. Then you should be aware that there is a trend, so you can trade with the trend instead of against it. There's a famous saying that the trend is your friend. Don't trade against the trend, because that would just punish yourself. There are, as I said, no set rules of what is a trend and what is not a trend. But there are many different ways of deciding for yourself if it is a trend or not. We're going to talk just briefly about 3 different ways of saying if it's a trend or not. And we're going to start looking at C now. As we can see here, we have a chart that is started up here in the 90 area, and we're now down here in the 40 area. What we can see is a top, a bottom, a lower top. This top is lower than this top. A lower bottom. This bottom is lower than this. A new top that is lower than this top. A new low. Again, lower than the previous low. New top. Lower than the previous high. New bottom. Again, lower than the previous bottom. A new high. That's lower than the previous top. And here is just at the same level. So this was a downwards trend, because there are uptrends when the market is going up, and there's a downtrend when the market is going down. And what we can see here is that you can just see and with intuition that this market is going down, because it's just lower, and again lower. This is a great tool, because you can see very easily where the market is going, but again, you don't really know when it's going to stop. I suppose, yeah, look here, good support area that we talked about last week. So yeah, enough about that. The next way of telling if there's a trend or not, we're going to look at Apple. These are waves. The red one is 34 moving average on the top of the candle. The green one is the moving average of the bottom of the candle, and the blue one is the close of the candle. That's not really important, but when I see that the candles are over the waves, I would say there's a positive trend, maybe a very short-lived trend. If the candles are in the waves, I wouldn't touch it. It's just no trend. It's too hard to tell. And when we go under, I would say we're getting into a downwards trend instead. Again, this is not foolproof. You need other indicators and more guidelines of when it is a fake out, like here we went under and then we just blasted up again. So you need more indicators of saying that we're actually going down or going up, but that's another video. And we're gonna look at moving averages, especially the 200 moving average. Let's just make this a daily chart. People say when the stock is trading above the 200 moving average, then we got an uptrend. And if we're trading below, we got a downtrend. That's just a general rule. So if you just want to look at the chart and see, is this a uptrend or downtrend, just look at the 200 moving average and see, are we trading above it or are we trading below it? And the 200 moving average is again this green line here. That's just 200 average of the moving average of the 200 last candles. So the last 200 candles average is this on the Apple stock. So now we're gonna look at some very easy trends, because trends are easy to see sometimes and very hard to see otherwise. On Apple, let's just make this a weekly chart. We can see that it's pretty easy to see that we're going up. Whoops. We can see that it's just going up. and we have different lengths of trends as well. The general trend in Apple is, I know that the trend line is broken here, but the general trend is up. The long-term trend is that the Apple stock is going up. This was a medium trend that we were going down. And this trend was from September to June, so 9 months. So there's a long-term trend, a medium trend, and this would be like a short-term trend. Just a small setback. So you need to be able to realize the difference between a long-term trend, a medium trend, and a short trend. Because maybe you shouldn't buy here because the stock needs to come back towards the waves of the moving averages. So it's all about timing, and the short-term trends can help you just fix the timing for when to buy and when not to buy. If you just want to hold it for the long term, it's much more fun to buy at 105 than 119, just 2 months apart. And we're gonna look at Volvo again. Volvo is a great stock to look at. Here, this is what I would call no trend at all. There's some short-term trends like this, again like this. This would be a trend because top, bottom, lower bottom. So there's some small short-term trends here, but there's nothing to put any weight at. Here's a proper trend. But here we're just going sideways. Then just don't touch it. Just wait for it to break out, and then you'll see if you can make good analysis on the stock. We're gonna look at Cena again. As I said, higher lows, lower lows, and lower tops again. Good way of spotting if there's a trend or not. Just a good general rule. Then we have we can look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman on daily. Oops. Goldman on a daily got a good trend here going. As you can see, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and again same with the tops. We broke through. Couldn't keep on it. We just started blasting off, bounced on it again, and then when we finally broke through here, going down. Now we're hitting it from underneath, and now this is resistance. It was support, and support, and now it's a resistance. So now we're gonna have a big battle of if we're actually gonna go through. So always remember that what used to be support is now resistance. Same with the trend lines. Same thing with the support and resistance lines. Same with the trend lines. Now when you go through, it's now resistance instead. And we're gonna look at SCB. Was it weekly? Yeah. This would be a trading channel because this is a trend. As you can see, we're going, again, high tops, high bottoms, high tops, high bottoms, high tops, high bottoms, etc. And here we got a good support trend, bottom of the trend channel, good support trend line, and we've got a good resistance trend line as well, because as you can see we're having a hard time actually going through this line. So if you just want to sell the stock, just sell at the top of the channel, and then just maybe buy it back at the bottom of the channel. This will not work forever because eventually it will break, but this is a trading strategy that might work sometimes, because you see from 2012 to 2015, you could have just sold at the top, bought back at the bottom, sold at the top, bought back at the bottom, or you could just done the lazy way, buying at the bottom and selling at the high. But that's not very easy to know when the high is going to be. So Just using the trend channel is very useful to show that this is not a one-off. Let's just look at the Swedish index as well. It's not as clear because we got this this bulge here that didn't really work out for us. But again, bottom of the trend line and at the top. Of course, this is very easy to draw in after in hindsight because you got 20/20 vision in hindsight. But I would still use this bottom trend line if it would fall back down. I will still trade this lower line. And the general rule is that you need to be able to connect 2 or 3 bottoms to have a good trend line. So this trend line, we would have that when we connect this bottom to this bottom to this bottom. So from here, we have this line already. So we could have traded this with pretty good certainty. We could have traded this with a good probability. And I understand that this just looks made up when I just draw them in hindsight. But when I connect these 3 bottoms, I would be confident of trading this and this level. And this time they would have worked out great, but next time maybe they would have broken through. I think that is it. I hope you learned something, and talk to you next week, where we're going to go into a little bit more of the different patterns, like the head and shoulders, the flags, etc. Have a good one. See you later.